What's up everybody and आज बहुत ही special stream होने वाली है because we have two really big OGs in the house, which is one of course is Ranjit Bajaj sir and of course is Nilanjan Datta. मैं तो Nilanjan Da ही बुलाता हूँ. तो सबसे पहले Ranjit sir and Nilanjan Da, how are you? मतलब full Indian full spirit right now going on.
Definitely, especially with the Indians doing this. All I know is win. Everything is great. So everything is going great, and as long as the wins keep coming, there will never be complaints.
True. Nilanjan da, what do you think? Like अभी तो I know Twitter पे भी काफी कुछ चीजें चल रही है, but अभी at the moment let's enjoy क्या क्या चल रहा है इंडियन फुटबॉल पे. Like last game के बारे में बात करें तो रंजीत सर सबसे पहले आप ही से स्टार्ट करते हैं कि I saw all of the videos, you painted the flag, बड़े flag carry out करना. Like what was the feeling for that, like before and after the game?
See, bhai, the last time we played Pakistan was Sunil Chetri's debut, and I don't even think if Sunil Chetri remembers how long ago that was. Okay, but it was like I'm going to say, it was a mocha, and mocha, like they say. And this is the first time it was coming in football, in my game, in our game, and the game we love. So we wanted to show that, the cricket fans show passion, and they say that, when there's an India-Pakistan match, cricketing fans have so much of passion and all. We wanted to show our football fans are not anywhere less, in fact, louder and prouder than the cricket fans. So it was a direct competition to them, and making sure that our flag's bigger than your flag when you carry it. So it was the biggest flag I could ever carry, and we carried it all the way from Chandigarh. So I have this 100-foot pole in our academy. So uska flag, I had an extra flag, so we make sure I got it all the way there. Now I've left it there. I'm not going to carry the excess baggage again and again because we need it again in the semi-final. But it was great fun, man. It was so much of patriotism to see. It was so much of passion of the crowd to see. In fact, it was pouring and raining, and no one, even when we knew that we were going to win, and it was a one-sided match, no one even thought of leaving the stadium. The stadium was full right till the end, and even after because they were actually waiting for Sunil Chetri to come up and do the warrior clap. So they were actually waiting for it. So nobody left. So it was amazing to see that even football in India is such great. And looking at from where have they been? So they were in Bhubaneswar, full house. They were in Manipur before that, full house. And now coming here, full house. So we see that the kind of support the Indian national team has is great. And that means we have a great future. Because if there's support for the national team, you will always have questions being asked on social media. You will always have people making sure that nobody is just taking us for a ride because people care. Now, problem would have been if there would be nobody in the stadium even for the Indian national team, like there used to be earlier. And that's when Sunil Chetri had to come and actually do this video. Okay, please, hamare match dekhne aao. And I think after that appeal, we've never had a time to actually say that again. Indian fans have followed. Indian fans have listened to the captain, leader, legend, and we've got there. The other thing which I saw about the match was this was a validation for me personally, this match. Why? Not because we were playing Pakistan. It was because Anwar Ali was playing and the way he was playing. This match, he raised his level to a different standard altogether. And when he used to be playing for Tektro and Minerva or Delhi FC in the 4th division in state leagues, I used to say this is the best centre-back India has ever produced in the last 2 decades, and no one used to take me seriously. I used to say that this is the biggest mistake AIFF has ever done, and now I'm being proved right. That imagine what would have happened if this guy's career would have been ended by bureaucratic nonsense. Not by medical advice, by bureaucratic nonsense. Because the kind of people who took the decision in AIFF had no medical background. Even the medical committee didn't have a cardiologist. So I'm just saying that was me supporting this boy, and that's why we were able to do this. Imagine there's so many boys who could have gone through this and had no support, and their careers are already over. So lot of great things came out of this match.
Nilanjan Da, what do you think? अगर थोड़ा सा इंडिया पाकिस्तान मैच को अगर हम पहले बात करें तो आपके कुछ इम्पोर्टेंट फीडबैक. आई नो ऑफ टॉपिक हम बहुत स्ट्रीम स्टार्ट करने से पहले हमने ऑलरेडी 15 मिनट बात कर ली, बट ऑन द स्ट्रीम.
First of all, disagreement with you. The real superstar is Ranjit Bhai, because everyone has a passion, but very few people depicts the passion wherever they go. And he's one of them, one of the rare ones. I have a passion. Maybe I'm not that passionate enough in public, but he is. So big salute to him. So he's the real superstar, the leader. We are just the followers behind, as far as fandom is concerned. Emotional match. Obviously, I was part of the team for quite some India-Pakistan rivalries, and we had mixed results. So that was kind of a very, very sweet match for me, and the manner in which we played. It was unfortunate Pakistan came in that late, but even if they had landed on time with the kind of momentum that the national team is at the current moment, it wouldn't have made any difference. Good start to the SAFF Championship. It's always the first match that matters, because that sets the ball rolling, and very good in the best possible fashion which we could. And Sunil scoring again, full house Kantirawa, despite the rain, as Ranjit Bhai is saying, no one going out there. Promising, and this SAFF is important and crucial and significant because there are two teams, Lebanon and Kuwait, who are from the other regions. So this is an entirely different SAFF tournament for us. Good start.
Okay. इंडिया पाकिस्तान के मैच की तो हमने थोड़ी प्रीव्यू बात कर ली, बट इंडिया नेपाल पे भी हम बाद में आएंगे. लेकिन उससे पहले कुछ जस्ट 2-3 दिन पहले ही एक ऐसी न्यूज आई थी जिसके बारे में आई थिंक ऑन स्पेशली मैं कहूँ सोशल मीडिया पे उस चीज के बारे में सबसे ज्यादा बात हुई, बिकॉज इट इंक्लूडेड अ वेरी बिग इंटरनेशनल स्टार एंड अ टीम, which was of course कि AIFF के साइड से शाजी प्रभाकरन जो कि हमारे जनरल सेक्रेटरी है, उनके साइड से स्टेटमेंट आया कि इंडिया पास्ड ऑन द अपॉर्चुनिटी ऑफ प्लेइंग अर्जेंटीना. तो उसको लेके आई थिंक सोशल मीडिया पे काफी ज्यादा डिबेट हुई इस चीज को लेके कि क्या वो मैच होना चाहिए, क्या वो मैच नहीं होना चाहिए. And the amount which they were asking, which is not very official, I think officially to nahi, but like the people which are and the news sources which are quoting around 35 to 45 crores, which is I think for AIFF
it's around 3 to 4 million. So their normal going rate is 3 to 4 million dollars.
Yes. So. Yes. So बहुत सारे लोगों ने बोला कि that amount is like a huge amount just to spend on one exhibition match, as we can say. But लेकिन उससे related काफी सारी चीजें हुई. तो I would start with first Ranjit sir. Ranjit sir, when you heard the news, what was your first reaction that just came to your mind कि like India just passing on that opportunity?
एक तो I heard the news too late na. The news was given to us fans or to even administrators like me or everyone else after it had been passed on. You understand?
Yeah.
There was no chance. We couldn't have done anything about it. Even if we wanted to. Even if suppose, I'm just giving an example. I'm a rich businessman sitting in, for example, Kerala. And I'm a diehard Messi fan. And suppose this invitation had come and they were said, oh my God, what should we do? And I love Messi like crazy. For me, $3 million is shit. And how many people are like that in India? We have at least 5,000 people in India. जिसके लिए 5,000, okay? जिसके लिए $3 million is pocket change. And he'll get a chance to have dinner with Messi himself with his kids. Because obviously if he's paying for it, that's we'll organize that for him. But the point, obviously, man, we'll make him have dinner also and we'll carry him to that place.
Yeah, true.
See, it could have happened. Now, and then like, for example, he could have also given an offer out to the governments, state governments. For example, Odisha is spending so much of money. So budgets are there for governments. They have enough money. So suppose there's an election year. In a football state, this would be the best election gimmick for that state to have. मैंने मेसी को ला दिया तुम कर लो, and I'm talking about states like Bengal. Oh my God, you go and see Bengal and there's the Argentina match, go to 24 North Paragnas, go to anybody, even the smallest gullies there, man. The whole place is painted in Argentina colors. True. So it's when you are finding things like 50 crores, 60 crores in politicians' houses, trust me, 35 crores can be found to give. So it wouldn't have been tough, okay? Now, the other thing is, AIFF, I know, could have never done it because उनका इस time पे जो bank balance है, even actually looking at it when Kushal Das was there or Praful Patel was there, even then they couldn't have done it because us time pe when Kushal Das left, the bank balance of AIFF was around 25 crores. Okay. Now it's down to a very low level. So मतलब कोई chance ही नहीं था कि तुम सोच सकते हो because it's not about कि करना है पैसे हैं कि नहीं. जब पैसे नहीं है जेब में, you can't think of going and buying something in the market which costs 100 times that. Now we come to who could have done it. Did they write to FSDL and offer them the chance? Because if I was FSDL, I'm just giving an example, this would have been the biggest coup they could have pulled off. And they would have said, okay, they could have even said ISL versus Argentina. They could have made a team from ISL superstars. Suppose they were saying, now new thing which has come up is that India was never going to play Argentina. That was never the offer. They are saying the offer was they will host Argentina. And because Argentina's ranking and India's ranking is so far, they were going to call a team like Saudi Arabia here. So basically, we were just going to be the hosts. तो उनका खाना पीना रहना करना था हमने, बाकी काम कोई खेलने के लिए कोई और आना था. Now, that wouldn't have been nice. Paying $3 to $4 million for Messi to come and play against the Saudi team, no. If our money is being spent, then I want Messi to play against Chetri and Sahel and Jackson and Sandesh and Anwar. So we know exactly where we stand. I know where we stand, but on the international stage at home. See, Argentina playing at India, in Kerala, in Goa, in Kolkata, in the humid heat, is not the same Argentina playing in Europe. You think they would have been able to thrash us 6, 7, 8 goals? No, they wouldn't have. Yes, they would have been able to beat us. They probably would have beaten us 3-0 or 4-0 like we just beat Pakistan. But there would have been moments in that game where we would have been able to show our kids that, man, come on, Messi is there. And India's playing against Messi. And India, all these boys who are there, they would have come to know that, yes, okay, fine, one day, maybe if I don the India colors, I'll also get a chance to play with this. So it would have brought along a lot of optics for the Indian football. But asking the federation to pay for it was little unfair. But the federation should always have a list of sponsors available readily for these kind of things. Because, by the way, this is not a one-time offer. These offers keep coming. And Nilanjan Datta will confirm that for me. Every 1 month, you will get an offer from some international team wanting to come and play a friendly, as long as we are willing to either host them, pay their money, pay their things. And big countries. I'm not talking about Argentina. So like Argentina is world champion now, they charge $3-4 million. You want to get Brazil, you can get them for $1 million. You want to get England, you can get them for $2 million. Germany for $1 million, $2 million. I mean, food, stay, accommodation, plus that money. So all countries have this offer open. So people thinking that, oh my God, it's a once in a lifetime offer. It's not. You have $3 million again. You can call them again. They're available on the phone. You give them 4 million, they will come tomorrow. And I say tomorrow means their next date whenever it's available. That's what I mean. So that's their way of raising revenue. For example, BCCI does it by monetizing the Indian cricket team. Because why? Because we are the world champions or we're the best in the world. The same way, the Argentine Football Association, the entire revenue, 50% of it comes from these matches which they go and play all over. And also, by the way, now Premier League teams have 20% or 10% of their revenue coming in from these matches as well. That's why these preseason tours happen to Saudi Arabia or to UAE or to China. And hopefully they were thinking Man U is going to come to India this year. That's what the thing was I was hearing. So these things keep happening. So it's not that, it's never going to happen again. It can happen again as long as we have the money for it. Now, would it have been prudent for AIFF to spend this money? No, not at all. Because already they don't have any money. And they are with a begging bowl going to the government all the time. FSDL is not giving them any money. All the money they had to give them has finished. So they are in a very bad state already. They don't know where to go for their next funds. And that's the state of any sport which is not supported by the Indian government fully. will have this kind of outreach because we don't have any money. On top of that, you don't have any sponsors or any commercial rights because that's all with FSDL. By the way, if the Indian national team had played Argentina, doesn't matter who had given the money, all the money coming in would have gone to FSDL. Simple. Because the Indian national team's rights are owned by them. So I don't even think AIFF can negotiate for getting them here and playing the Indian national team. Why? Because the rights of the Indian national team are with FSDL. So this question should be asked to FSDL that Beyonce can be called to Miss Ambani's wedding. Why can't Miss Ambani madam call Messi for us? Because $3 million for her is
Pocket
nothing. And trust me, I'm sure Akash Ambani and who the other boy's name is, they would love to have Messi at Antilla for dinner.
I think I completely agree with that. I think यहाँ पे दो एस्पेक्ट्स जो कि थे जो आउट ऑफ प्रोपोर्शन काफी लिए गए वो थे कि फर्स्ट थिंग कि डिड AIFF did enough. तो मेरे हिसाब से that was the question because in a statement which also we said it was about what is the last resort that you tried. We could have also gone for, I know it sounds very humongous but like crowdfunding कर लेते. मैं कह रहा हूँ लास्ट लाइक व्हाट इज द लास्ट थिंग दैट यू कुड हैव गॉन कि चलो जनता से पैसा मांग लेते यार कि हमारे पास पैसा नहीं है बट वी वांट टू डू दिस मैच. सो आई एम जस्ट सेइंग कि वी शुड हैव द ड्रीम सेट अ बिग कि यार ठीक है अगर अर्जेंटीना ऐसे और भी इनविटेशनल मैचेस हमारे पास आगे भी आते हैं तो वी नीड टू हैव चलो ये अपॉर्चुनिटी तो पास हो गई.
ये बात बोल रहा था, यू हैव टू हैव अ लिस्ट ऑफ रेडी स्पॉन्सर्स अवेलेबल कि किसके पास जाके मांगना किस चीज के लिए कौन रेडी होएगा. फॉर एग्जांपल if you want to prepare, you can always go to GSW and say, we don't have any money. If the governments are not supporting, we want to please help us. And I'm sure Perth will actually open up Bellary for them and they can go and train in Bellary for 1 month, which is done earlier also. The same way, Odisha government. Yeah, Odisha government. So stadium, I mean, imagine if you said, okay, to the Odisha government, with a person like Mr. Patnaik there or Vinil Krishna there and all those guys there, if you go on and told them that, listen, we want to host Messi. We want you to give the 5-star hotel, and we want you to give air tickets, and we want you to give stadium. They would have done it. Not the money, but they would have done this. So these things could have been worked out if we had time and we knew about it. But I don't think there was no inclination towards that.
Exactly. I think that is the problem that even मेरे को ऐसा पर्सनल उस पे लगा कि यार we should एक opportunity चली गई ठीक है what's done it's done. बट आगे अगर ऐसी कोई अपॉर्चुनिटी आती है तो उसके मामले में हम फिर क्या करें. बट आई थिंक बिफोर कमिंग टू नीलांजन दा मैं एक चीज यहाँ पे मेंशन करना चाहूंगा कि एक वर्ड यूज हो रहा था जब इस चीज के बारे में लोग बात कर रहे थे विच वाज स्पेंडिंग 35 करोड़. सो आई जस्ट वांट टू पुट आउट कि इट्स नॉट स्पेंडिंग. आप 35 करोड़ स्पेंड नहीं कर रहे हो, आप 35 करोड़ इन्वेस्ट कर रहे हो किसी चीज में. इट्स नॉट लाइक कि 35 करोड़ आपने दे दिए एंड इट्स गॉन. ऑब्वियसली अगर आप 35 करोड़ आप डाल रहे हो आप कोशिश करोगे कि आप उसमें से कितना पैसा आप वापस खींच सको, चाहे वो टिकट सेल हो, मर्चेंडाइज सेल हो, lot of sponsors would have come in. So it's not just कि आप 35
crore. Let me give you a little example, bro. For example, suppose you had this match in a stadium which had a capacity of around 80,000. You can, from a stadium of 80,000, you can earn 5 crore rupees from ticket sales itself. If you have boxes and if you have everything else and if you price it right, you can easily earn 5 crore rupees because that's what a cricket team does from one match. And this match is bigger than any IPL match, and the same prices they would pay there, they would pay here. So that's no big deal. Then for the broadcast rights, minimum you would get 5 more crores, not more than that. 5 to 7 crores hoega. And international ko mila ke, total 8 crores ho jayega. So you would, with the boardings and hoardings and runners and all milakar, you can raise 15 crores just from the match itself there locally. That means you left with a shortfall of around 20-25. So it's not that it was a total loss कि 35 करोड़ लगने ही लगने थे. ठीक है, 35 करोड़ में तो guaranteed वापस आने ही आने थे. इतने तो आने आने थे. उसके बाद upon how hard you work, how many people you have like Nilanjan Datta there who will be working their asses off to make sure this happens. Because yes, it's all about the people on the ground knowing the marketing and knowing who to contact.
नित्यानंदा, अब मैं आपका टेक लेना चाहूंगा इस पे कि व्हेन लाइक थ्रू आउट द होल चीज कि जब ऐसी अपॉर्चुनिटी आई, व्हाट वाज योर फर्स्ट रिएक्शन एंड व्हाट वाज लाइक योर टेक ऑन इट? बिकॉज़ समवन हु इज
Well,
इनसाइड knows more, like उनको पता है
no,
अंदर की
no, no.
चीजें.
I'm in my living room right now with my with my pet dog just wagging his tail and looking at me. That's it, nothing else. Leading a very peaceful life. Well, I fully agree with Ranjit Bhai and Pranay. My big complaint because I have nothing more to say. So Ranjit Bhai ne jo bol diya, I just will be just reiterating it. But what I wanted to highlight was what he said at the last, that obviously there could have been a dialogue, and from that match a certain proportion always can be earned back, because this is the biggest star of the world coming here to play, the current world champions coming into play. This match was different from Argentina versus Venezuela because at that time Argentina were not the world champions. This time they are the world champions and they are playing. The boxes could have been sold, can be sold. There are the broadcasting rights, the regional television rights. The entire world would have watched this match. And obviously, what we have.
Sorry to interrupt. This is the same thing which is happening with Chetri right now. The Chetri phenomena, because they know he's going to retire. Every time you go to Bangalore, there'll be a full house. Same way Dhoni. Same way, every time you go Dhoni, wherever he plays now for the 10th of his career, there will be a full house. People know these are the last matches the greatest footballer ever to be born will play. Sorry, Nilanjan Datta, go. Yeah.
So broadcasting rights, marketing rights, some private dinners with the Argentinian team. Only the other day, a friend of mine told me that during the IPL, a former some player who was a kind of associated with the IPL, people were willing to pay almost 3 to 4 lakhs if for just a dinner with him, and that too for a group of 10 to 15 people. And if that gentleman walks down the street, we'll say, "Oh, acha, ye to wahi hai na." Oh, acha, acha. So that's the craze. So it could have been done from the federation side, absolutely not possible. But there could have been a dialogue with other stakeholders. Whether that's possible could have been taken forward. Maybe in the near future, we see this dialogue happening. Maybe there was a dialogue which we are not aware of because not everything comes out. But obviously, if FSDL was involved and they had approached others, maybe there could have been something coming out. And you also earn something from the ticket sales. From the federation side, obviously, if they had said yes, it would have been a kind of misplaced priorities. They are right, because for 30-40 crores is almost the budget of Indian football in a year for the federation side. But there could have been other avenues which could have been done.
आई थिंक ये चीज तो हमने डिस्कस कर ली कि ठीक है ऑन फाइनेंशियल टर्म ऑन अ ग्राउंड लेवल थिंग कि वो उसकी प्रैक्टिकलिटी. आई थिंक नाउ द सेकंड एस्पेक्ट व्हिच अ लॉट ऑफ
I tell you, it's not affordable to have Messi even in a football club anymore unless you are Saudi Arabia. So even if Inter Miami had to do it, okay,
all
they
the MLS club have to
did
take
it through 3-4 different kind of deals where they give him first part ownership of the club.
Yes.
They had Apple come in and give him share, and then they had, I think, Adidas or somebody else come in and do that. So the same kind of thing would have had to be done here, and it would have been done. Why not?
True. I think एक चीज जिस पे सब लोग अभी हमने यहाँ पे डिस्कस करी वो यही है कि उसकी प्रैक्टिकलिटी कितनी थी. बट सेकंड थिंग जो लोग बहुत सारे यहाँ पे डिबेट कर रहे थे कि यार इंडिया कैन एक्चुअली not play Argentina right now because we are at this stage and Argentina is at like they're of course world champion. तो वो मैच खेलना ही बहुत ही मुश्किल होता, रैंकिंग वाली चीज एंड एवरीथिंग. सो मेरा उस पर थोड़ा डिफरेंट टेक है, एंड देन आई विल टेक टेक्स फ्रॉम लाइक नीलांजन दा एंड रंजीत सर आल्सो. रिगार्डलेस अगर मैं किसी को यहाँ पे पूछूं या किसी से भी पूछूं कि देन व्हाट इज द राइट टाइम फॉर इंडियन फुटबॉल टीम टू प्ले अर्जेंटीना, अगर आप यही सोचते रहोगे कि यार इंडियन टीम डेवलप हो रही है तो वो तो प्रोग्रेस होती रहेगी. बट अर्जेंटीना भी ऑफ कोर्स अभी वर्ल्ड चैंपियन एंड यू नो दे विल आल्सो इंक्रीज देयर लेवल जैसे जैसे इयर्स पास डाउन होते हैं. तो अगर किसी को ऐसा लगता है कि यार कि इंडिया को खेलना ही नहीं चाहिए अर्जेंटीना के लिए अगेंस्ट, तो मेरे हिसाब से दैट इज मतलब आई डोंट सी दैट हैपनिंग. एट सम पॉइंट we have to play top 10 teams or top 15 teams.
Yes, you do. In fact, if we were in Europe, we would be playing their top teams every day. For example, in Europe, countries like Macedonia, Gibraltar, San Marino, they play Germany and England and Holland every day. And they are carpenters and plumbers and electricians and teachers, team put together, and look who they are playing every single day.
Right.
So it's not that we shouldn't play. Okay, we should play, and we should organize more matches with the topmost level clubs, and then we'll know. See, our under-17s drew with Real Madrid 3-3. We only would have known it if we had played them. Or
Correct.
if we had not known it, we would have always thought that our under-17s will lose to Real Madrid under-17s. We would have never known unless we had played Japan that we
Yesterday,
have
yeah.
a thing of actually being able to score 4 goals against them. So there are things which are going right also. Other than it's not a 8-0 victory, it's a 8-4 loss, which was 6-4, 5 minutes from full time. So
Yeah.
there are positives to come out of things when you play big, huge nations as well. Not only negatives. You have to understand that football is a game where Saudi Arabia defeated Argentina, and then Argentina went on to win the World Cup. It's a
True.
very, very funny game. Now, I'm not saying India would have beaten them, but imagine if AIFF in its complete wisdom would have put the same timings as they put for I League clubs at 2 o'clock in the afternoon in Kerala or in Chennai, we would have definitely beaten them because it would have been 45 degrees right now. I guarantee you, it doesn't matter who would have come, we would have beaten them. But on a more serious note, because that's what we are used to playing. On a more serious note, guys, see, understand, Argentina or any of these teams coming will be a boost. It's not about this. We need to play quality in opposition, but on a regular basis. See, if this would have been a one-time event, then AIFF would have never done it. If probably it would have been better if, along with this deal, we could have had a tie-up with the Argentinian Football Association. That's what our federation needs to do. They need to go and contact the embassies of these countries who want to get into the good books of India. See, you know what we did? Vaccine diplomacy. So we went and supplied vaccine to over 95 countries. Why? Because this is something we were good at, vaccines. What is Argentina good at? Football. Same way. Brazil, football. You think they don't want to do diplomacy with us, and it's so easy for them because they have such an easy route to help Indian football by saying that okay, fine, we are going to be your brother partners, and it can be even be a country like Uruguay, or it can be a country even from Europe, man, Germany or this. They would love to do this kind of diplomacy with us. So what our federation needs to do is work towards that, where our under-17 team, like what Japan did, their under-17 team, under-19 team went and played in the 3rd and 4th division of Germany for a couple of years, and they really developed. That's the same deal Indonesia had with Japan. So if we have that kind of a thing, spending crores on an under-17 team just before they leave for the Asian Cup, making them have a tour, that's what we did in the under-17 World Cup. And it backfired on us. You need exposure tours every year. You don't need 10 in 1 year. You need one every year for 10 years. So we only wake up when we say, oh my God, the under-17 Asian Cup, World Cup, this is coming, this is coming. Then we put a budget for it, and then we try to spend it all in 1 year. No, you spend little bit of that budget every year for 10 years. Now, what will happen after this? What happened to the under-17 batch? Were they kept together after that? No. Is this team going to be kept together? No. They're going to be forgotten. Half these boys, before the time they turn 18, will be out of Indian football. And the other half will be in some club sitting on the bench. Because I'm telling you, all I League and ISL clubs will sign these players on. But they will not get any game time now. And then they'll be ruined. And then they say, what happens to players between 17 and 19 and 20? So we make them into these superstars by building up this hype for 1 year. So everyone in that Indian team now, all the real Indian football fans know them. So we made them up. We brought them up. And now we just pull the support from under their back. Now what do they do? Where do they go?
True. Nilanjan Da, what do you think? अगर हम just मैच के बारे में अगर हम बात करें कि हमने फाइनेंशियल ऑलरेडी हम बात कर चुके हैं, what do you think would have happened? Like what's the worst could have happened अगर इंडिया अर्जेंटीना मैच होता तो, या अगर होता तो, या आप इस चीज पे वो कि शायद नहीं होना चाहिए था?
Well, as a kid, unless you get into the water, you do not learn swimming. As a student, you won't be able to know how good you are till you sit in a competitive exam or any of those exams. So you have to be there. And as Ranjit Bhai said, and everyone knows, it's a funny sport. Is a funny affair each and every time. You never know what can happen. Obviously, it's not meaning to say that India could have won or India will be winning, but on the other side, this would have been the biggest advertisement for Indian football worldwide. Because whenever you go out, people, when they speak about Indian football or when they engage in a conversation, they speak about the Super League, which has grabbed the imagination and the attention of people worldwide. Now, if this match could have been played with other stakeholders helping, it would have been the biggest advertisement for Indian football. The eyeballs which it would have grabbed would have been immense. Everyone would have been talking about Indian football, the entire world, which is much necessary. And let's not forget the virgin commercial market that India still is. Lot of avenues could have just opened up. But unless you play, you won't win and you won't know where we stand. And it's high time we now look at opponents who are at least above 75 or 70. That's possible. That's totally possible. Many of the Asian countries also playing countries of that stature. Obviously, we can't get a Spain or a Germany or the Netherlands or Argentina is missed, Brazil to play with us. But there are many other between 50 to 75 whom we can tap into play. And maybe that's the step-by-step ladder where we go. Because we have already missed this, at least take those steps now.
Yeah, and they will not come for $3-4 million. They will just come for their airfare and hotel stay because it's a FIFA window. And why will they come to play us? Because it's easier to be coming to us away and beat us than going to a higher rank country and losing to them and affecting their ranks. You know?
Just the logistical expenses taken care of, we are done. That's always what it is.
एंड आई थिंक एक चीज़ और है इस चीज़ में कि अगर ये मैच होता भी फॉर एग्जांपल या कोई भी आगे भी विंडोज जब होती हैं तो अगर हम एक टफर ओपोनेंट को खेलते हैं तो आई थिंक बैक स्टेज तो हम उस चीज़ पे बात कर रहे थे बट इट वुड बीन अ वेरी गुड प्रिपरेशन फॉर अस फॉर द AFC एशियन कप जो कि कतर में होने वाला है अगले साल. उसमें आपको जब ऑस्ट्रेलिया, आपको पता है जब आप ऑस्ट्रेलिया जैसी टीम के साथ खेलने वाले हो तो यू नीड टू हैव दैट सम सॉर्ट ऑफ मेंटालिटी कि आप एक अपने से जब आप ऊपर की टीम के अगेंस्ट खेल रहे हो तो आपको ऑलरेडी वो प्रेशर उनको उस मैच में खेलने का, उस मैच में जाने का, यू आर मेंटली ड्रिल्ड इनटू दैट. तो आई थिंक ऐसी कोई अपॉर्चुनिटी होती एंड स्पेशली ऐसा बड़ा मैच होता तो आई थिंक इट वुड हैव रियली हेल्प द बॉयज गेटिंग गुड, मतलब उनकी प्रिपरेशन ज्यादा अच्छी होती मेरे हिसाब से. अगर मैं इस चीज को ऐसे बोल दूं कि इंटरकॉन्टिनेंटल कप के ओपोनेंट से भी अच्छी हमारी प्रिपरेशन हो सकती थी.
Just to add, in recent years or the last 12-13 years, the biggest team full of stars which we have played was Australia in the 2011 Asian Cup. We lost 0-4. Okay. But when you talk about that match, we speak about Subroto Pal's performance. Had that match not happened, Subroto wouldn't have got the title of Spider-Man. He could show to the world what he was. And that had a huge confidence in his career. There would have been moments there will be moments in such matches where people take back the confidence. Despite the 8-4 defeat yesterday against Japan, there have been moments which the players will remember all throughout their lives. The confidence grows. So these matches are not just all about results. And when you tackle a Lionel Messi, when you play against Argentina, you feel, "Arey, bhai, hum to khelne aaye Uzbekistan." It becomes a bit, the mindset just opens up. This is one of the other sides which I just want to kind of knock.
True. I think काफी सारी बात कर ली अब हमने इंडिया अर्जेंटीना पे. सबके डिफरेंट टेक्स थे. आई नो सब, मतलब हर एक जिसको भी अगर आप ओपिनियन पूछो तो आई थिंक एवरीवन विल हैव अ डिफरेंट ओपिनियन. सम पीपल वर लाइक नो, दिस मनी शुड बी इन्वेस्टेड इन ग्रास रूट, व्हिच इज फेयर एनफ. कुछ लोग बोल रहे थे कि नहीं होना चाहिए था. सम पीपल वर लाइक नो, इट वुड हैव अफेक्ट रैंकिंग. आई नो at the end of the day, everyone here on the panel, I think, needs the betterment of Indian football, and multiple thoughts jahan se bhi aate hain, we should all appreciate it. So I think just
the most important thing is that I hope everyone is very easily seen that every time we give a camp to this coach or any coach, by the way, okay,
we will, yeah,
we do well.
Yeah.
Every time we don't.
True.
Sri Lanka draw, they were 205 in the world. We went straight from the ISL, and by the time we had played 2 practice matches, that is why we started getting a little bit better, and we just scraped past winning the SAFF Cup last time. Now, we had higher ranked opposition in the Asian qualifiers. We went and thrashed everybody because we had a 40-day camp. The same
True.
way Igor had a 40-day camp right now, and we cannot afford for them to go for the Asian camp without a 40-day, 30-day camp. If you expect, now you can mark my words and take it in writing, we will be thrashed by Australia, thrashed, if we do
Uh,
not get a minimum 30-day camp before going. If you expect that they will leave for the Asian Cup on the 30th of December and after 2 days they'll be going to for the Asian Cup, doesn't happen like that.
hmm.
Australia has a longer camp than us.
True. ओके आई थिंक ऑलरेडी हम इंडिया अर्जेंटीना पे अब हम बात कर चुके हैं, कैम के बारे में बात कर चुके हैं, विच कम्स डाउन टू आज के मैच की बात करते हैं, इंडिया नेपाल। इतना ज़्यादा एक्सपेक्टेशन तो मैं नहीं बोलूँगा कि नेपाल से हम कर रहे हैं टू compete against India because the form which we are in right now. But I know there are few players to watch out for, and one being, I think Ranjit sir knows him very very well. मतलब ऐसा बोलते हैं कि नेपाल के सुनील छेत्री टाइप का स्टैचर जिनका है, which is of course किरण sir. So Ranjit sir, like starting with you, what do you think about the game and like how do you take this game?
I just talked to Kiran a few days back about this, and he was really looking forward to this. See, the only goalkeeper I found who, and I'm talking about this guy, if he was not born in Nepal, and if suppose he was born in Korea or Japan, he would have been playing in the top league there. Unfortunately for him, but and whenever you say that, the guy who's ever been born in that country, he is very proud. But I'm talking about in a football sense. He was born in Nepal. The same way I'm saying, unfortunately, Chencho was born in Bhutan, and Chetri and Bhutia were born here. But that's the roll of the dice. But then making something out of it. That guy plays at a world-class level. What I mean by that is Round Glass Punjab this year again won the IIF because of him. Because people keep on saying it's because of this. No, it's because of him. If you've seen the matches, the kind of saves he had made at the kind of time he had made them, the confidence people have to pass back to him, and the way he can build up right from the back and is as good with his feet as with his hands. Then also not only about Kiran Limbu, we Indians now know the Nepalese players because of I-League. Because so many boys from Nepal have come and played, even like Anjan Bista, okay? And players like him, who we now know. Our coaches have gone and played. My own coach, Yan Law, he went there to Nepal, and he was there with the team as well. So we now know Nepalese football better. And with Kiran Limbu coming in, I think, yes, it's very difficult to breach a citadel where normal things are concerned. But I totally agree with Nilanjan when he says that the level difference now, and I'm so proud in finally being able to say that, the level difference now between us and Nepal, there is a gap, okay? The same way there is a gap between us and Pakistan. But even the ranking of Bangladesh and India is there. There's not much of a gap between us and Bangladesh. Don't be fooled by the ranking. Bangladesh football is really solid. Basundhara Kings, Abhani, all these teams will give a run for their money for any ISL club. Guaranteed. Because the kind of foreigners they have and the kind of money they are spending on foreigners there. So that league has grown up. Whereas our league hasn't grown up at the same speed. Now, I am looking forward to getting to the next matches of Lebanon and Kuwait, because like Nilanjan Datta says, it's not a normal SAFF Cup. Normal SAFF Cup, if you don't win, it's a failure. Guaranteed. It's a failure for the coach. This SAFF Cup, if we win, is going to be one of the biggest achievements of any Indian football coach ever in the history of Indian football. Why? Because of the kind of countries taking part like Kuwait and Lebanon. Because they've got solid footballers.
Even I think नेपाल भी मैं एक some extent बोल सकता हूँ कि एक head-to-head competition तो नहीं बोलूँगा, but still better than other teams that we have played in this calendar. But Nilanjan, what is your take about India-Nepal game today? How do you approach this game, and कैसे देखते हैं आप इसको?
Well, given the momentum that we have gathered, the winning mentality is very, very infectious. It's a happy dressing room. The attitude is back. Everyone's confident, and under such circumstances, what happens is the attitude of the boys speak. Le aao, khel lenge, aaj dekh lete. So that attitude wins you matches. I've seen that was the secret when Stephen was on a winning spree, kind of unbeaten 12 matches. I see that again with under Stimash's boys. This thing has happened. Whatever magic has happened, whomever you have beaten, that confidence level is back. Okay, we can do it. And it's a prestige issue, that what Ranjit Bhai mentioned. It's a prestige issue now for the not just for the coach, but even the boys, that with Lebanon and Kuwait in the competition, if you're not able to win the SAFF, because at the end of the day, it's named the SAFF Championship. All other countries will be laughing at us. बॉस आप हम ही हरा सकते थे, आप लेबनान कुवैत के सामने जीत नहीं सकते थे. So that's the kind of a prestige issue which I feel is driving the team. The players are aware of it, and that should be the biggest challenge for the next 7, 8, 10 days or so. There's no reason why we can't, despite Kuwait being there. We have shown what we can do to Lebanon that second half, and even in the first match, which we should have won. I believe we can win this championship, and that would be a big statement to almost all other nations or all other regions in Asia that, okay, there were 2 invitational teams, quite good teams, but India is still winning the SAFF.
Okay, I think जाने से पहले any predictions, Nilanda and Ranjit sir, for today's game? कुछ last prediction देना चाहेंगे आप? Score line or anything?
I would actually, because see, I don't want to jinx it, but I'll be really happy with even a 2-0. And actually, I'll really be happy with 1-0 also. But even with a 0-0. Why? I want that 0. Clean sheet record है ना, वो चलता रहेगा.
Yes.
As long as you clean. So because even with a 0-0, we are through. See, we get 4 points, we are through to the semi-finals.
Lanjanda?
Fully agree. Whatever, let's win, and we will. I am fully confident we should, and we will today. Jai Hind, we are India. That's
with
no doubt
on that. With a 0 on the other end, any win will do. 1-0, 2-0, anything will do.
3 points. At the end of the day, the 3 points matter. जो जीता वो सिकंदर.
So इस बार 3 point के साथ clean sheet भी चाहिए, because वो record अभी
बिल्कुल.
I think scoreline prediction हो गई, but I am looking forward for, I think जो कि हम बात भी कर रहे थे, I am looking for a bit of rotation right now. I know first game में भी काफी rotation हो गया था intercontinental.
That's why I am predicting 2-0 or 1-0 or 3, because the rotation is going to be there. If we play the same team we play against Pakistan, that means a top team for 90 minutes. Sunil Chhetri plays all time, Sahel plays all time, all these guys play. We will win 4-0. But it's not being prudent. You need to save your best, and you need to give rotation. See, other boys who are there in that place are almost as good or as good. So they also need a chance to prove themselves. Maybe in this match we find a new superstar, like somebody who can be like an Akash Mishra doing that thing with his Vinil Pujari doing something new with him, or we coming to know that, oh my God, this guy can shoot from 40 yards and score a stunner.
Yeah, I think even I'm looking for rotation. मेरे को ज़्यादा expectation नहीं है इसीलिए कि ज़्यादा same team हम खिलाएं. I think major of our players should either wait for the Kuwait game. I think उसमें हम थोड़ा सा अपना full-fledged force लगा सकते हैं. And of course in semi-final और final भी I know that we will definitely play. हम final तक तो जा ही रहे हैं for sure. तो वहाँ तक हम खेल रहे हैं. तो that is what I'm looking forward for the game. But Ranjit sir, before I wrap up, एक काफी अच्छा question आया and I'll just ask you to take this. Ranjit sir, one question: do you think World Cup batch 2034 can take India to under 17 World Cup? As Thiam was highest goal scorer of MENA Cup, maybe the batch is capable now.
Yes, totally they can. In fact, we'll come to know about how much they've grown in the last 1 year. We're going to the World Youth Cup, where over 107 countries are participating in Sweden in July. And I urge all our Indian fans to support us, because you'll be able to see the matches live. There are 20 in our group itself. There are 197 teams in the under 13s from 28 nations. So it's actually like a mini World Cup. So it'll be a great experience for the boys. And we'll know how far they've grown, how far back we are or front we are, because this time it'll be all teams from all over the world, from Brazil, from Argentina, obviously from Europe, all over, from Africa. So it's a big amalgamation of teams all over. Yes, not only Thiam, but there are a lot of other boys who are really good. But under 17 World Cup कैसे पहुंचेंगे? अगर हम under 16 एशिया में top 4 में आएंगे, ठीक बात है, तभी पहुंचेंगे ना, because under 17 World Cup में 32 टीमें ही हैं, 32 not 68 जो आने वाली 64. So top 4 in Asia. Now top 4 in Asia under 16 में आने के लिए under 17 वर्ल्ड कप कब है? 2026 में. और ये एशियन कप कब है अंडर 16? 2025 में. तो इसका मतलब 2025 में 2023 में इस टाइम पे वो बच्चों की उम्र क्या होनी चाहिए? यही जो 13-14 वाले जा रहे हैं, 12-13-14. Do we have an Indian under 14 team right now? No. Under 15 team? No. 13? No. When are we going to make the team? When the World Cup is 3 months away. Will we qualify? Even with my boys, you will not qualify. We need to have the under 14 team now. By the way, do other countries like Japan, Korea, Iran, do they have under 14 teams right now? Yes. How many matches are they playing a year? Right now, 15 to 20 matches a year. You think they'll qualify? Obviously. So it's not rocket science. If you want to qualify for the under 17 World Cup, doesn't matter what kind of boys you have. You need to give them time together as a team. And you need to start giving them exposure to us now. Not कि 17 वर्ल्ड कप आ रहा है तो एक साल में 20 कंट्री भेज दो. अभी भेजो 4 कंट्री, 2 कंट्री, या अगले साल भेजो 2 कंट्री. And then you see, and then you have a batch of 100 right now, and you keep piling them on, pulling them down, and back to 20-30 by then. That's how you make a deal. And I really hope that this message reaches the top brass, because I've been giving this message out that जो तुम्हारा under 17, तुम्हारा vision for 2047 है, उसमें तुमने बोला तुम qualify करोगे merit पे. तुम्हारी ना गर्ल्स की है ना बॉयज की अंडर 14 या 15 टीम है. कैसे करोगे?
ओके, आई थिंक काफी सारी चीजें आज डिस्कस हो चुकी हैं. निलांजन दा, यू वांट टू से समथिंग? आप कुछ कह रहे थे?
Nothing. I agree with Ranjit Bhai says. It's not possible. The pathway needs a bit of a regulator and a twist. That's only what it can mean. It's easily possible. There's no absolute reason why we can't do it. But again, as he said, it's a longish discussion. We can just go on and on and on. The pathway needs to be tweaked. We need to take a different path. The distributaries and the tributaries need to be many more than what we have at the current moment. And then we stand in a chance of making the pipeline needs to be big. Unless the pipeline is big, we won't be able to get those 23, 27, 30, whoever it is. It's as simple as that. It's a matter of discussion for 2 hours, 3 hours, maybe some other day.
ओके, आई थिंक इसी के साथ करते हैं इसको रैप. थैंक यू निलंदा, रंजीत सर फॉर कमिंग इन. बहुत सारा वैल्यूबल फीडबैक मिला, बहुत सारी चीज़ें नई पता चली. एंड ऑफ कोर्स इंडिया नेपाल का गेम आ जाए तो उसके लिए ऑफ कोर्स हम आज देखने वाले हैं. एंड विल सी इंडियन टीम बैक इन एक्शन. होपफुली ऑल द बेस्ट फॉर सैफ कप. हम फाइनल तक पहुंचे और जीतेंगे भी ऑफ कोर्स हम लोग. इसी के साथ गाइस, थैंक यू निलंदा एंड रंजीत सर फॉर कमिंग इन, फॉर गिविंग योर प्रेशियस टाइम from behind. Until next time, this is me, Pranay, signing out, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Pranay bhai. See you.